On this day, about mile 80 miles into the ride, I got a visitor while I was riding my bike. And the visitor was the bully inside my head. We had a conversation, and that bully said, hey, this is hard, man. It's only going to get harder. You should probably quit. It's not going to be worth it. And for some reason in life, we listen and give power to that bully inside of our head. Nobody talks to you the amount that you talk to yourself. You wouldn't be friends with someone that talked to you the way that you talk to yourself. And so why do we tolerate that? You cannot have two thoughts at the same time. If you find yourself in a negative space, replace it with a positive thought. I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. Darkness cannot exist in the presence of light. It's just a simple switch, and it takes practice. It's a craft. I won that moment, and I finished the bike ride, got onto the marathon part of the race. Now, when in our adult lives did we stop imagining? If you want to play along with me, close your eyes for a second. Think back to elementary school, ignoring the math teacher, dreaming about who you wanted to be, the legacy you wanted to leave, who you wanted to become. The question now is, do you wake up every single day and are you living that dream? Would the 8-year-old version of you be proud of you today? You can open your eyes. That's a question that I'm going to let you answer for yourselves. But in that moment, I got all fired up and I thought, maybe I can win today. And I grabbed my bike. I started to bike as hard as I could. I passed an athlete. I passed another one. And I took over the lead of this race. And they gave me this motorcycle escort, and I was having such a damn good day. I'm like, I can pass this motorcycle too. And I couldn't get him. He was too damn fast. I couldn't get him. And at mile 100 of 112, I got the most intense cramp I've ever gotten in my life. It was in my quad. It grabbed, it locked, it wouldn't let go. And that bully showed up. And he said, I told you. I told you you're not good enough. You don't deserve to be here. You haven't put in the work. You're not a champion. And I started to listen to that voice. I pulled over to the side of the road. And man, I heard another voice. It's intuition. And that voice said, James, you've got one good leg. It's just 12 more miles to bike. It's just a marathon to run. Come on, let's go. And I was like, damn it, you're right. I've got options. So I got back on my bike. I figured out how to turn the pedals over one at a time. I covered those last 12 miles, and I got to transition, and Tyrell's there. Man, he's freaking out. He's like, dude, you're winning the race. I'm like, shut up. I'm in a lot of trouble. I may need medical help. And I grabbed my cowboy hat, and I started to run. And I'm trying to figure out how to manage what my body's giving me on that day. One foot in front of the other. I still have the lead. I'm still moving. I'm still progressing. I make it to mile 17. 17 to 26. At mile 17, everything changed. Every muscle in my body contracts at the same time. I go stiff like a board, and I hit the ground. Tyrell sees me go down. He starts sprinting over to me. He gets on his phone. By the time he gets to me, he says, James, don't worry about a thing. I've got great news. In my head, I'm thinking, great news. Medical's on its way. I'm dying. He says this. He says, I've got your wife. She's on the phone. She wants to talk to you. I panicked, looked at him dead in the face, and said, tell her no thank you. My wife's a firecracker. She was going to tell me to get up, and I couldn't. I said those words, no thank you. Tyrell panics, comes back moments later. He's still on the phone. He looks down at me, and he says, James, it's not medical. It's not your wife. It's your daughter, Lucy. She wants to talk to you. I took that phone call. My daughter's 9 years old. We had a quick conversation. Lucy says this. She says, Dad, you told me we were going to do 30 Ironmans this year. You said we were going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. Is there any way? Can you get up? Can you walk? Just finish. I said, sweetheart, I can't. Doesn't skip a beat. Okay, Dad, can you cartwheel? Will you cartwheel 9 miles and finish the race today? My answer changed. I said, sweetheart, yes, I can. She had so much belief and conviction in her body, she thought I could cartwheel 9 miles. How much belief and conviction do you have on the journey that you're currently on? Where you're trying to get to? Do you truly believe to your core that it's possible? Because if you don't, you need to redesign your belief system in order to do it, because you're going to be the reason that you're not successful. You're going to be the person that's holding you back. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. It matters what you think. I told my daughter I loved her. I said, Tyra, help me up. We've got work to do. And I started to move through the night. 1 foot in front of the hour. We went from first place to last place. But I got to the moment where I could see the finish line. It was right there. And I remembered that conversation I had with my daughter. And I cartwheeled 1 time. And from that moment on, my life changed. Because I too was filled with that belief and conviction. We went on to win 2 races, placed second 5 times, smashed the Guinness World Record during 30 Ironmans in a year, all due to the innocence of a 9-year-old girl. She couldn't see the option to quit. It wasn't on the table. I believe that quitting is a learned attribute that we've developed. Choose to find solutions to the problems.